Dear students, Dipesh Kumar Bhagat here, Department of English, Maryland College, Biratnagar, Nepal. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, and today I have brought a story entitled The Lost Doll. The Lost Doll, which is kept under the thematic section of supernatural. It means it means The Lost Doll is a supernatural story. Supernatural because it deals with the themes of, the supernatural themes, supernatural elements of rebirth and reincarnation. Yes, rebirth and reincarnation, these are the themes, these are the issues of discussion. There is a debate, there is, you can say, controversy whether rebirth and reincarnation exist or not. Whether there is rebirth, reincarnation or not, it's still a matter of controversy. So, natural science is unable to answer, natural science is not able to justify whether it is true or not. Therefore, we can say it is a supernatural story. Now, let us focus on the characters. The major characters you can notice on the board. The first major characters, Roberto Soto and Rosa Soto. Roberto and Rosa Soto, they are a poor couple living in a small village of Colombia, South America. It means the setting of the story is Colombia, South America, means the events of the story take place in Colombia. The next major character, the central character, you can say the central character because the entire story revolves around this character, which is Maria del Carmen. Maria del Carmen, whom we shall be calling Carmen in short from now onwards, is the only daughter of Roberto and Rosa Soto, and she is very kind, loving and intelligent girl. However, she has been sick since the day of her birth. The next character is Evangelina. Evangelina is also the second daughter, the second daughter of Roberto and Rosa Soto. And the minor character is a priest from the same village, and then Rosa's sister who lives in Bogota, a city called Bogota. She lives there. She has also a very insignificant, a very small role in the story, we can say. And there is a doctor, a village doctor, you can say a quack, who is not very skilled, who is not very qualified. A village doctor like health assistant is also there present in the story. These are the major characters in the story. Now, as the story begins, we can see Roberto and Rosa Soto, they have a daughter, as I said earlier, Maria del Carmen. Carmen is the only daughter of Roberto and Rosa Soto. She was very kind, beautiful, loving, and of course very intelligent. However, she had been ill, very sick since the time of her birth. They consulted, her parents consulted the village doctor, the priest. They made all their efforts to improve the condition of their daughter. However, they were unable. The health condition of Carmen worsened day by day. And finally, when she was 4 years old, a few days after, when she reached the age of 4, she died. Now, the Soto family was very sad. It was a very sad atmosphere. There was a sad atmosphere in the Soto family. But you know, we are all helpless before death. Nothing can avoid, nothing can prevent death, and Soto couple had to accept this painful reality, the bitter reality of death. Roberto arranged a simple, ordinary wooden coffin. Coffin is a box in which the dead body is kept. And almost everyone in the village attended the funeral procession of Carmen. She was buried outside the village on the hill, and even Rosa, her mother, Carmen's mother, was also present in the procession funeral. Now, after the death of Carmen, there was a very sad atmosphere in Soto family. They missed her, and one day, a few days later, some days later, let's say, Rosa, Carmen's mother, she collected all the clothes, all the playthings of Carmen. She kept them in a box and gave them to a priest from another village. Means she wanted to keep all those things away that belong to Carmen, because those things, whenever Rosa or Roberto, whenever they saw those items, those playthings or clothes used by Carmen, they remembered, they missed her, and it was now meaningless to mourn, it was meaningless to lament over. How long can one lament over the death of someone? We have to accept, we have to keep, we have to carry out things, normal things, we have to come back to our normal condition. So, when Roberto came from, as Roberto came from the farm, Rosa informed him what she had done. What she had done? She had collected the playthings and clothes of Carmen and given to a priest from another village. Roberto, after hearing this, he expressed a sign of dissatisfaction. Means he wanted that Rosa should have kept those playthings, those clothes for some time, because he still had a hope. He still had a hope that they would have another baby, another child. Now, Rosa understood the intention of Roberto, and she reminded him. What she reminded him? Yes, she reminded him what the doctor had predicted at the time of Carmen's birth. The village doctor had predicted at the time of Carmen's birth that Rosa would not be able to give birth to another baby because of her health condition. Now, Roberto understood her intention, and he said, doctor is simply a doctor, he is not God. It means Rosa had belief in the science, the medical science, but Roberto still had religious faith. He still believed that God can do miracles. Doctors cannot do miracles. It's only God who can perform miracles. He became emotional, and with tears in his eyes, he looked towards the backyard where Carmen often played with her doll. Carmen, when she was alive, she had a doll with blue eyes and red dress. It was the favorite of Carmen. She often carried the doll everywhere she went. Then he asked her, have you given the doll also to the priest? Then Rosa responded, no, I didn't find the doll. Then where is the doll? They both started searching. They started looking for the doll in every room, in every nook and corner of the house. They searched everywhere, but the doll was not found. They consulted the neighbors. They asked the children in the neighborhood. Nobody knew about the doll. Then they even asked the undertaker. The undertaker is a person who digs the ground for the burial of the dead body. One who digs the ground. Now they consulted, they asked the grave digger also, but he too was unknown about the doll. It means now the doll, they thought that the doll was lost. And this is the title of the story as well, The Lost Doll. Now, after some days, they forgot about the doll because they got a very surprising news, a very good news, let's say. The news was that Rosa was found pregnant. The village doctor said that Rosa was pregnant. This was really a very happy news. It was a very good news, and it proved that God is great. God can, of course, do miracle. A year after the death of Carmen, that is on the first death anniversary of Carmen, Rosa gave birth to another baby girl, and fortunately this newly born baby was exactly the same in appearance like Carmen. Rosa made a casual remark. She said, "I think God gave us our daughter back." It was a casual remark, but it was because of the similarities between Carmen and the newly born baby. Now, after some days, the naming ceremony was organized, the priest was called, and the priest named the baby Evangelina. Evangelina, because according to the priest, the meaning of Evangelina was good news. It was really a good news, and therefore the name was just appropriate. It was very appropriate for the newly born baby. Now, everything as she started growing up, as days, months passed, she exactly more and more, Evangelina exactly looked like Carmen in her activities, in her behavior. Everything was almost similar. There was only one difference, and the difference was the sound health, the good health of Evangelina. Carmen had been sick since the day of her birth, but Evangelina, she was sound and healthy. Now, 2 years after, when a priest came and saw her, Evangelina, playing, he noticed some similarities between Evangelina and her departed sister Carmen, and he made a comment to Rosa. He said, "I think God took your sick child, He treated her, He healed her, and when she was fit and fine, fit and healthy, He sent her back to you." This was a remark made by the priest. Now, finally, this girl, Evangelina, she was 4 years old. When she was 4 years old, one day she went to her mother and said, "Mama, I was sick, very, very sick long ago, but now I am fit and fine." Then Rosa smiled and tried to convince her. "No, my child, no, my daughter, you were not sick. You were never sick. Your sister Carmen was sick. And she said, I think we talk about your sister, we talk about Carmen sometimes in the house, and you might have heard. Therefore, you misunderstand. It is your misunderstanding. You think that you were sick. You were not sick." She ignored it. She did not take it very seriously. Now, after some days, Rosa had a sister who lived in Bogota. You can see here, Rosa's sister lived in Bogota. She came to visit her sister. Now, Rosa and her sister, who had come from Bogota, they were talking. While they were talking, when they talked about Evangelina, Evangelina went to her aunt and repeated the same statement that she had made to her mother some days before. The statement that she had been sick long before and then she was healthy, her condition of health was now all right. The same remark, the same statement she made to her aunt. But Rosa again tried to correct her. She again smiled and said, "No, it is your misunderstanding, it's your illusion. Your sister Carmen, she had been sick. You were never sick. You had always been perfect and healthy." Then Evangelina started crying. She started crying. She started insisting. She insisted that they should believe her. And all of a sudden, she said, "I know I had a doll. I had a dolly with red dress and blue eyes. I remember now. I remember where I put the doll." Now Rosa is laughed at her. Rosa laughed. "Oh, now you know where the doll is." Means she was confident. She was confident that Evangelina was not even born when the doll was lost. Nobody in the village, nobody in the house knew about the doll. How can she know about the lost doll? It was the confidence of Rosa, and therefore she laughed at her. But Evangelina, she took her mother and aunt to a tree which was in the backyard, of the house. She took them both to the backyard of the house and pointed under a tree, and she asked, "You dig it here. Dig it here. You can notice the doll." Now they were compelled. Rosa took a shovel, and a tool for digging the ground. What we call exactly in Nepali is kodalo. Now Rosa started digging the ground, and as she dug the ground, really she found the doll. The doll was exactly the same. It was the doll with red dress and blue eyes. The same doll which was lost. Now they were speechless. Rosa and her sister, they were so shocked. Now Rosa was unable to speak a word, utter a word. And her sister, Rosa's sister, she asked her, "Please tell us, please explain everything. Who told you? How did you know that the doll was here? Who told you? Please tell us everything, explain everything to us." Then Evangelina said, "I remember one day I was very, very sick, very ill. Then the priest came to us. He gently tossed on my head and uttered some words of prayer. As he tossed on my head, I went into a deep sleep. After a while, a man appeared before me. The deep sleep, you understand, was her death, and the man who appeared before her was none other than the god of death, who is supposed to take the soul from the body. And then after that, he asked her to leave the doll then and there. But she forced that she could not leave the doll. She wanted to take the doll with her, but the man, he did not allow her to take the doll. Then she requested if he could help her bury the doll under the ground. Then the the man, he responded positively and he dug the ground without using a shovel. He dug the ground and he buried the doll under the ground. That is what she explained to her aunt and her mother. After hearing all this, it was proved that there was the soul of, there was the spirit of, Carmen in the body of Evangelina. It was proved now, it was justified now, it was the reincarnation. Evangelina was the reincarnation of Carmen. And this is how the story ends, with a surprise, with a shock on the face of Rosa and her sister.